What's up? It's Gabi, and I'm back from my little hiatus. Last week was a pretty stressful week, and I just didn't feel like being in front of the camera. I'm sorry. I just needed a break. It actually did me quite well, and I took a lot of pressure off of myself, which I think I was putting too much on. I had good results this week, so I'm pretty happy about it. I actually got really frustrated last week, and I'll tell you why. But first, I wanted to say, since this is a video covering 2 weeks and I have some more product reviews to share, it's probably going to be a pretty long video, so I will put links down below again like I did last time so that you can skip ahead to whatever most interests you. First off is weight loss. So over the last 2 weeks, I've lost combined 3.5 pounds. Half a pound was from the previous week, 3 pounds from this week. And I'll go over the last 2 weeks and what I've learned now. So the week prior, I lost only half a pound. I was very frustrated because I tried very hard to stay under 82 grams of protein and under 21 grams of carbs the entire week, and I still only lost half a pound. So I didn't do anything stupid, like go off, and don't mind the cats behind me. They're just hanging out with the cats, guys. That cat needs to go in keto too. He's 20 pounds. I didn't do anything stupid. I didn't go eating a whole pizza even though I wanted to. I didn't go out and have any crazy ice cream or cake or anything like that. I hate the saying, but I kept calm and ketoed on. And I actually went back and looked at MyFitnessPal to see what I was eating in the September 13th to 26th date range, because those were the weeks that I lost 2.5 pounds each week. And I noticed that I just run out of the low carb bread company products that I had ordered, and I wasn't eating any during that week. And so I said, okay. And also something that Tess said in one of my comments was, I think you need to go back to intro status, you know? And it finally clicked, and I was like, you know, she's so right. I do need to just go back to basics and stop trying to find replacements for everything, which is always something I've struggled with. So I cut out all low carb bread company items. I noticed that between the 13th and the 26th of September that I was still able to eat some of the Lily bars, some of the So Delicious coconut milk, no sugar added ice cream, but nothing that was every single day. I just need to pay more attention and not get too carried away with some of the low carb replacements. But definitely I need to leave low carb bread company products until maintenance, because at least don't eat them every single day of the week. I don't think that's helping anything. But I think I'm just gonna leave all of that until maintenance for now, because I think they're great products. I think they're great replacements, but I don't think they do well while you're trying to actually lose weight. I cut all low carb bread company out over the last week. I still had Lily bars, but not as often as I was having them. I did get some more of the So Delicious ice cream. And this week I am proud to say that I lost 3 pounds. So what I did definitely worked. Just keep the low carb replacements for maintenance. Lesson learned. I am excited to be back on track, and hopefully next week I can lose another 2.5 pounds to 3 pounds. I would greatly appreciate that, because I need to get back on my game if I'm gonna lose the 40 pounds by Christmas. Now, the 3.5 pounds in the past 2 weeks combined makes for a total loss so far on keto, 23 pounds lost. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm happy that I'm 15 pounds shy of my goal for Christmas. I'm starting to wonder if I'm gonna make that goal, but I told my boyfriend yesterday that even if I lost another 5 pounds by Christmas, or even if I lost another 8 pounds by Christmas, I would be happy. far as exercise goes, I stopped all exercise last week, mostly because I was frustrated and I just didn't feel like dealing with it. I'm sorry to Let's Chew the Fat that I didn't stick to the 30-day challenge. I made it 3 weeks, 3 out of 4 weeks. And I was just frustrated. I didn't know why I wasn't losing, even though it felt like I was doing all the right things. I just wasn't in a good place in my head. So I just said, F it, I'm not going to do any exercise this week. I'm just gonna give myself a break, let myself reboost, you know, recharge or whatever this week. No videos, no exercise, just try to stick to your calories. I needed that, I guess. And I still lost 3 pounds this week. I don't think that exercise is as important at this point in my diet, in my lifestyle change, as I might think it's doing. I don't think it hurts. I'm just gonna not pressure myself as much to do the exercises because I feel like I was putting too much pressure on myself on top of everything, like between trying to eat low carb, trying to stay under calories, trying to stay under protein, trying to walk 5 times a week, trying to do the 30-day challenge. It all kind of added up, and I think I just got really overwhelmed, and I just needed to stop some things and take it easy for a bit. I do want to add the walking back in at least 3 days a week. I want to try to at least get up 3 days a week in the morning and walk with Samson, and I think Samson has sorely missed his walks in the morning too. So I'm gonna try to add that back in, but I'm not gonna be too hard on myself if I don't do it. It's not the end of the world, although I do love the walking. So no pressure, just do it when you feel like it is how I'm gonna go. And I'll probably revisit the 30-day challenge, Mr. Dark Matter. I just am not gonna do it right now. I did make it though. I did make it to 35-second planks, and I was super proud of myself because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do a 35-second plank, especially when I started off not being able to do a 15-second plank or like struggling to do it. But I was able to do a full 35-second plank, and I wonder if I would have been able to do the 45-second plank, but I'll get there eventually. I'll get there eventually. So maybe, you know, after Christmas, after the holidays are over, and after, you know, additional stress of the holidays, I'll start back up with 30-day challenge again, and I'll try again to finish it completely. I'll link that down below if anybody's interested in that. So I had a few non-scale victories this past week or so, and I'm pretty excited about them because I feel like sometimes the non-scale victories are even better than the scale victories, and it just proves, it's like proof what we're doing is working. There's a couple like clothing items that proved to be non-scale victories. I had bought a shirt from Old Navy, and it was an extra large in, you know, your regular, not plus size, it was just your regular women's section. And because it was a button-down shirt, it was more fitted, so it didn't fit me as well, whereas like just a pullover or something, they usually fit better as an extra large for me. But since it was like probably fitted more as a button-down shirt, it was a bit small on me around the stomach when I first bought it. I tried it on last week and I wore it because I could wear it now. So I was so excited about that. And Bob said it looked great on me, and like, I'm just amazed that I could fit in it already. I didn't think I was gonna be able to fit in it yet. It was a chance I took to try it on and see if it would fit now. And it did, and I was so excited about it, and just thumbs up, man, thumbs up. I can't even explain how happy it makes me. I also had purchased a pair of pants a pair of slacks, like dress slacks, and they were a bit too tight in the waist. I don't remember if I could button them or not, but this time I could definitely button them. They definitely fit all the way around, and they were just a little bit snug. Like, it didn't have belt loops on the pants, which makes me think that they might have tried to make the waistband just a little smaller so that your pants weren't falling down without a belt. But the hips area I was fine with, but the actual waistband was just a little bit snug still. And I wore them to work this week, and I was just very excited to have another pair of pants to wear. Last night we went out to dinner with my boyfriend's parents. My boyfriend's mother asked me, "Are you sure you haven't lost more than 20 pounds? Because I can see it so much in your face how much weight you've lost." And my boyfriend's dad said that I've lost years off my face. So that was pretty nice of them, and I really appreciated them saying that. And these things are so much more motivating to hear than seeing your weight on the scale. Like, the weight on the scale is still a lot. Even if I am losing weight, it's still a large number, a number larger than I'd like to see every time I step on the scale. So non-scale victories like these, especially from his parents, who his mom is tiny and has never had weight issues in her entire life, and you know, it's different for guys, so it means a lot. It meant a lot when she said that last night. I went to my lady doctor the week prior, and she even said, and I only see her once a year, that she noticed that I lost weight. And I thought that was pretty incredible, because I mean, when you don't see people but once a year, I feel like you wouldn't tend to remember how they looked, you know what I mean? So I was impressed with that. That was nice. And then there's a lady at work who always notices whether I'm eating well and losing weight or not. And she definitely noticed that I'm slimming down again. And she's seen me at my most recent low, well, before I got really serious on keto, which was probably a year ago at this point. And I had ballooned up, you know, 15 or 20 pounds since then. And she noticed that I was back down again. So that was pretty cool. I always take it very serious once she notices that I'm losing weight, because then you know that it is noticeable. So that was cool. I think that's all I have this week. I am gonna stick to basic low carb foods and see how that keeps going with me. I'm going to try to add walking back in, but not be too strict on myself or too hard on myself about it. And I'm going to just keep going with it and see how much I can lose by Christmas. Hopefully I can lose another 15 pounds, but I'm not gonna pressure myself. If I lose another 5 pounds, I'll be very happy. How are you guys doing this week? I hope you're all doing well. Tell me in the comments if you want to about how you've been doing and anything that you've been trying differently and being successful with. I always love to hear other people's experiences, because it helps me to figure out what I'm doing wrong, what I can try differently, that kind of thing. So let me know in the comments how you're doing, what you're up to, what you're doing differently this week, or what you have been doing differently. And I'll keep checking out your guys' videos too, because they're really, really helpful. And I'll be back this Wednesday for another What I Ate on Keto Wednesday. And I'll see you again next weekend for another weekly update. Until then,